Have you ever found yourself scrolling through his social media, or maybe just sitting across from him on a date, and this quiet, anxious thought creeps in? The thought that says, he has so many other choices. Why would he ever pick me? You might try to be the cool girl, the funny girl, the smartest or most intriguing version of yourself you can possibly muster. But deep down, it just feels like you're performing. It's exhausting, right? And worst of all, it feels completely inauthentic. What if I told you that the key to being chosen, truly chosen by a man who has 1,000 other options, has absolutely nothing to do with being prettier, wittier, or more easygoing? In fact, it has nothing to do with changing your external self at all. The real secret is a powerful psychological shift, one pioneered by the famous thinker Carl Jung. And the most liberating part? You only have to do it once. This isn't about learning a new trick to keep up. It's about a single, fundamental change that happens within you forever. This idea might sound a little out there at first, but stay with me because it's truly life-changing. Jung believed that within each of us, there's a whole universe. And part of that universe includes what he called the inner counterpart. For a man, this inner feminine side is the anima. For us women, it's our inner masculine side, which he called the animus. Now, before your mind goes to stereotypes, let's be really clear. This has nothing to do with gender roles or whether you prefer to wear pants or a dress. It's not about that at all. Think of it instead as a form of energy. We all contain both masculine and feminine energies within us, and a fulfilling life is about finding a balance between them. Your animus is that part of your inner world that holds your capacity for clear, linear thinking, your logic. It's the voice that helps you make tough decisions without being clouded solely by emotion. It's the strength that allows you to be assertive, to say no with conviction, to set boundaries that protect your peace, and it's the driving force behind your ambition and your sense of purpose in the world. It's the part of you that gets things done. But here's where things get tricky and where so many of us get stuck. For many women, this inner masculine, this animus, isn't fully developed or integrated. Maybe it's because of past relationships where we were told our opinions were too loud or our ambitions were too big. Maybe it's subtle societal conditioning that encouraged us to be sweet and accommodating above all else. Or perhaps it stems from a childhood where we didn't have a healthy model of masculine energy to learn from. It was either absent, aggressive, or unreliable. So, this crucial part of us feels wobbly, undernourished, or even wounded. When we lack that solid sense of inner masculine strength, we naturally look for it outside of ourselves. Without even realizing it, we start to project this unmet need onto the men we date. We aren't seeing him for who he truly is. We're seeing him as a potential solution to our inner emptiness. We unconsciously hope he will be the logical one who makes all the hard decisions for us. We expect him to be the rock of stability that we don't yet feel within ourselves. We want him to have a grand purpose so that we can borrow it and feel like our life has meaning through him. We are essentially asking a man to come in and complete us, to be the missing piece we feel we're lacking. And while that desire comes from a very real and vulnerable place, the dynamic it creates is incredibly disempowering. It makes us come across as needy because, well, we are needing something fundamental from him that we should be providing for ourselves. It feels insecure because our entire sense of security is now dependent on his actions and choices. It instantly puts all the power in his hands, making us feel like we're waiting, hoping, and auditioning for the role of the one in his life, when in reality, we've forgotten that we are the CEOs of our own. This projection is a heavy weight to put on any relationship, and it's often the invisible force that pushes a high-value man away, because he isn't looking for a project, he's looking for a partner. So, what is this one thing? It's the conscious, brave decision to turn inward instead of outward. It's the choice to stop asking a man to be your missing piece and to finally, lovingly, build that peace within yourself. This is the journey of integrating your animus. It's about welcoming that inner masculine energy home, not to become more man-like, but to become more whole, more balanced, and more powerfully yourself than you've ever been. This might sound abstract, but in daily life, it looks incredibly practical. It starts with becoming the source of your own validation. It means doing the work to truly believe you are worthy and enough, all on your own, without a ring, a title, or his constant attention to prove it. It's about building a life where you are your own financial security, where your sense of purpose is rooted in your own passions and goals, not in being someone's girlfriend or wife. When you cultivate that for yourself first, you approach a relationship from a place of desire, not desperation. You're there because you want him, not because you need him to survive. It also means giving yourself permission to embrace your own clarity and logic. So often we're taught to privilege our intuition and emotions above all else, and those are incredible gifts, but we let our critical thinking muscles atrophy. Integrating your animus is about strengthening your ability to think through problems objectively, to make decisions confidently without a constant loop of second-guessing or seeking everyone else's opinion. It's about holding your frame, knowing what you believe in and what you stand for, and not wavering from that just to keep the peace. A high-value man doesn't want a yes woman. He is deeply intrigued and respectful of a woman who has a strong, well-formed mind of her own. This journey naturally leads you to embrace your assertiveness. It's learning the beautiful, empowering art of stating your needs clearly and without apology. It's understanding that setting a firm boundary, calmly and confidently, is not an act of aggression. It is the ultimate expression of self-respect. It communicates to the world, and especially to a man, that you know your value and you are an active participant in shaping how others treat you. This is incredibly attractive because it signals that you are a true partner, not a dependent. You come to the table with your own terms. And perhaps most importantly, it's about living in a purpose that is entirely your own. It's having a mission, a craft, a passion, or a community that lights you up from the inside, something that is bigger than your relationship status. This passion makes you magnetic. You are no longer looking for someone to fill your time or give your life meaning. Your life is already full of meaning. A man becomes a wonderful addition to that already complete picture, not the entire frame. Why does this shift work so powerfully? Because when you do this inner work, you fundamentally change the energy you project into the world. You stop emitting a frequency of neediness and desperation. You no longer need him to choose you in order to feel worthy of being chosen. That aching void that you hoped a man would fill, you've already filled it with your own strength, your own purpose, and your own self-love. You are already complete. This inner wholeness is the ultimate state of security. It's a quiet, unshakable confidence that is utterly irresistible because it offers a man the one thing he truly desires from a partner, not a project to fix, but a whole person to share a life with. This all leads to a powerful question. Why does this inner work have such a profound effect on how he sees you? It all comes down to a fundamental rule of human psychology that Jung called the law of projection. We are instinctively drawn to people who outwardly embody the very qualities we haven't yet embraced within ourselves. It's like we're searching for our missing half. So, a man who is doing his own work, a man who is nurturing his own inner feminine, his anima, by getting in touch with his empathy, his creativity, his intuition, is subconsciously looking for a partner who reflects that same level of inner balance. He isn't looking for someone who is all feminine energy, because that would feel incomplete. He is drawn to a woman who has also done her work, a woman who has integrated her animus and radiates that beautiful balance of strength and softness, logic and compassion. To him, you don't feel like a puzzle missing pieces. You feel whole, stable, and refreshingly solid. You become a challenge in the very best way, Not a game to be played, but a depth to be explored. This shifts the entire dynamic of the relationship. When you are unintegrated, you operate like a vacuum. You enter relationships trying to suck energy, validation, and stability out of a man to fill the emptiness inside yourself. It's not malicious, it's desperate. And that feeling is draining. It places a heavy burden on him to constantly prop up your sense of self. But when you become whole, you transform from a vacuum into a mirror. You are no longer taking from him. You are reflecting back to him his own highest potential. Your wholeness reflects his own. Your stability encourages his. Your self-respect commands his respect. Being with you doesn't feel like a job or a responsibility. It feels empowering, peaceful, and inspiring. You create a space where both of you can thrive individually and together, which is the foundation of any truly healthy, lasting connection. And this is how you transcend the competition entirely. When you are one of many women seeking validation, you are, unfortunately, interchangeable. You're all applying for the same role, the role of the one who will complete him, and that puts him in the position of the chooser, judging 1,000 similar applications. But when you have done this deep work on yourself, you step out of that lineup entirely. You are no longer applying for a job. You are announcing you are the CEO of your own life, open to a merger. You become a category of one. There is no other woman out there who can offer what you offer, because what you offer isn't just your looks or your personality, it's your unique, integrated, and powerful essence. You offer a true partnership between two complete people. You are not a project that needs fixing, and a high-value man, a man who has built a fulfilling life, will always choose a capable partner over a dependent. He doesn't want to be your source of life, he wants to share his with you. This might all sound like a beautiful concept, but the real magic happens when we translate it into the small, everyday choices we make. This isn't about a grand, overnight transformation. It's about a series of gentle, consistent steps that guide you back to yourself. Think of it not as a task, but as a homecoming. Start by getting curious about your own expectations. I want you to gently audit your projections. Take a quiet moment to ask yourself, where am I, maybe secretly, expecting a man to provide me with something I should be providing for myself? Are you waiting for a partner to make you feel safe in the world, to be the decisive one who always knows what to do, or to give you a sense of direction when you feel lost? Just noticing this pattern is a massive first step. It's not about judging yourself for it, it's about bringing it into the light. Every time you feel that anxious urge to text him for reassurance on a decision, pause. That pause is the space where you begin to reclaim your own power. From there, begin the powerful practice of trusting your own logic. We often undermine ourselves by seeking endless counsel from friends or waiting for a partner's opinion to validate our own. Start small. Decide what you're having for dinner without polling your group chat. Choose the movie you want to watch without needing someone else to approve it. These tiny acts are like weightlifting for your inner masculine. They build the muscle of self-trust. When faced with a bigger decision, write down the pros and cons yourself. Listen to your intuition, but also engage your rational mind. What do you think is the best course of action? The goal isn't to be perfect or always right, it's to prove to yourself that you are capable of navigating your own life. A man will feel this quiet confidence in you, and it will be more attractive than any outfit you could ever wear. Next, find one place in your life where you need to set a boundary. It doesn't have to be a massive, relationship-defining ultimatum. It could be as simple as telling a friend you can't help them move that weekend because you've already committed to your own rest. Or it could be gently telling your partner, I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. I need to finish my thought. The specific issue isn't as important as the act itself. Setting a boundary is the ultimate integration of your animus. It is your inner masculine protecting your inner feminine. It is logic and strength creating a container for your softness and heart to feel safe. Communicating it calmly and without apology is a declaration that your needs matter. It is the physical embodiment of self-respect, and that is a language a high-value man understands deeply. Finally, and this is so important, you must actively cultivate your purpose. This is about remembering that you were a whole person with dreams and interests long before any man came into the picture. Dedicate time each week, even if it's just 30 minutes, to a goal or a passion that is solely for you. Not for your resume, not to attract a partner, but for your own soul's expansion. Sign up for that pottery class you've been curious about. Commit to training for a 5K. Dedicate time to writing that book, learning that language, or volunteering for a cause you care about. This purpose is what makes your eyes light up when you talk about it. It is the thing that makes you. This isn't about being busy, it's about being connected to your own source of meaning. When you are fueled by your own purpose, you stop looking for someone to give your life meaning. You become magnetic because you are radiantly, authentically alive, and that is the greatest gift you can give to yourself, and the greatest offering you can bring to a relationship. So, let's reframe the entire goal. This journey was never about learning a secret trick to manipulate a man into picking you. That's an old, exhausting game that never leads to genuine connection. This is about something far more profound. It's about becoming a woman who is so whole, so complete within herself, that the right man can't help but recognize you as his true equal. When you achieve that state of inner integration, his choice ceases to be a question. It becomes the most obvious, natural decision in the world because you are not just an option. You are the answer. The most truly irresistible thing you can ever be is not a perfectly curated version of what you think he wants. It is the messy, powerful, beautifully complex, and fully integrated version of yourself. This work isn't an endless to-do list. It's a fundamental shift you make once, the decision to come home to yourself. And when you do, something incredible happens. You will find that you are no longer waiting to be chosen. You will realize that you are the one doing the choosing. You will choose partners from a place of power, of desire, and of joyful abundance, not from a place of lack, fear, or loneliness. You will choose because someone enhances your already wonderful life, not because you need them to save it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. This isn't just about me sharing ideas. It's about us starting a conversation. So tell me in the comments, what is one small way you can commit to strengthening your inner masculine this week? Is it making one decision without asking for permission? Is it stating one clear boundary? Sharing it makes it real. And if you want to understand the other side of this dynamic, I have a video called The Anima, What Men Project Onto Women, that explores what's happening in his psyche. You can find it right here. If this conversation resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I create all this content to help us all build more authentic, psychology-backed lives and relationships. Thank you for watching.